In this video, we are going over how to raise your vibration instantly, and I want to talk about 3 mistakes that may be blocking you from doing so. That's coming up next. Hi guys, welcome to HeartSpace. My name is Dave if you are new here, and on this channel we're helping you expand your consciousness, your awareness, and of course your heart. So if that sounds good to you and you like videos related to those topics, hit that subscribe button and that bell icon so you don't miss any of the videos that we release. Now today we're going to be talking, like I already mentioned, about how to raise your vibration instantly. Things you can do to put yourself on a higher vibrational frequency and attract more things to you or more circumstances that you actually want in your life. Now first, I'm going to be giving you some of the mistakes that I've seen in myself and others that cause them not to be able to raise their vibration or keeps them in a lower vibration, and then give you some practices and more practical things you can do in order to counter that and actually start raising your vibration. So number one is kind of giving in to the thoughts that perpetuate in your head, or just allowing your mind to run wild. Because nothing will keep you in a low vibration you may already find yourself in than just allowing that to happen without interrupting the pattern, or at least trying to understand what's going on. And so the counter to this is a practice I really believe everyone should do every single day in some form, and I'll give you some of the different forms you can do this in, and it's meditation. And nothing has helped me more raise my energy, raise my vibration, and really enrich my life more than meditation. It is an incredible practice that can be done not even for that long each day. You can do meditation for 15 minutes each day and feel the benefits, or it can be done longer for hours, which some people do as well, and they see even faster results and faster shifts. But nothing has changed my life more, and nothing has changed my frequency more. See, a lot of times we allow our thoughts, which has energy attached to them, by the way, to bring us down to a lower frequency, a frequency of hate or anger, a frequency of victimhood. And that's pretty low on the scale of frequency. If you want to look up the frequency scale or energy scale, I'm not sure exactly what it's called, consciousness, unconsciousness scale from the book Power versus Force. But it goes over how there are different energy levels, different frequency levels, and how certain emotions, certain feelings are lower in vibration and certain ones are higher on the scale. For example, higher up the scale you find stuff like joy and love and gratitude, and lower you find stuff like hate and envy and jealousy and emotions of that nature. And if you are continually having thoughts that are of anger or of jealousy, of pettiness, then you are going to be on this lower frequency. And one of the best ways to identify if you're having these thoughts is through meditation. And one of the best ways to start changing these thoughts is to become aware of them, and then while you're meditating, actually change them. You can observe them and just allow them to find what it is you're actually thinking. And then you can go about actually shifting it, actually changing it, actually interrupting the pattern. You have to remember the universe flows consistently. So whatever you feed it, whatever you give to it consistently, it will reflect back to you consistently on an energetic level. And so if your thoughts attached with these energies, with these frequencies, are being sent to the universe of hate and of jealousy and all these other things, that's what you're going to get reflected back to you. And that's why meditation can be so powerful, to not only bring awareness to the way you're thinking right now, but to also shift the way in which you're thinking, to interrupt the pattern. There are also meditations that will help you to just shift your energy, change your energy by focusing on certain things, and you can look those up as well. In fact, I'll put a few different meditations you can do, some guided ones, and then also just a one you don't need to do guided, but gives you actually, I'm just going to put guided ones down there for now to keep it simple, but these do different things, and if you do one of these every single day, you will notice a shift, and you will absolutely raise your frequency within like 15 minutes of doing one of these meditations. Next is a huge one, and a lot of these are going to involve energy, are going to involve, the frequency you're currently on. And if you're in a frequency you don't want to be in, you're in a low frequency, you're in anger, you're in sadness isn't really a low frequency, but you're in anger, you're in hate, you're in jealousy, you're in basically spitting poison towards others, one thing to immediately start taking you out of that is gratitude. Now, I've mentioned in other videos, at least I think I have, where you can't focus on two things at once. Meaning if you're focusing on one frequency or you're on one frequency, you cannot be on another. Meaning if you start focusing on something on a higher frequency, you're going to start moving on to that frequency and you can no longer stay at this lower frequency. If you're focusing on one thing, so let's say something that's higher up on that scale like joy or gratitude, which is the thing I'm going to give you right now, you can't at the same time be focusing on hate. You can't think of two things at the same time. And that's why you need to interrupt the pattern. That's why if these thoughts are perpetuating and you're thinking of something and you're saying, that's not how I want to think, that's not the energy, the frequency I want to attract in my life, you can interrupt the pattern and focus on something different. And one of the best ways I've found to do that is to have a gratitude practice. And this one is so simple, it seems so too simple to work almost sometimes, but it works every single time. And the way to do this, I'll give you two different ways. One, you can write it down, and in a journal, you can write down everything you're grateful for and just go crazy. I am so happy and grateful now, and then list something you're grateful for. And it can be so stupidly simple. It can be, I am so happy and grateful now that I have oxygen to breathe in, that I have clean water, that I get to wake up every morning and do what I do. Whatever it is, there's an infinite amount of things you can be grateful for, but as you start to tune into that energy, as you start to tune into that frequency, again, you're going to move away from the lower vibration that you're on, the lower vibrational frequency you're on, into a higher one. So that's the first one, is you can write it down. And two, one I love to do when I do it more spontaneously and I like to just go from one thing to the next over and over again, is I like to do it out loud. And where I am, I have a beautiful beach where I am in walking distance. I have a motorized scooter, it takes me a minute to get there. And I love to walk the beach while saying out loud, I am so happy and grateful for whatever it is. And then I'll explain it a little, I'll go deeper and I'll really feel the emotions. And after 10 minutes of doing that, oh, you better believe I'm on a different frequency. I'm vibrating at a different level. That the vibrational frequency and energy I'm on 10 minutes in is going to be different than when I started. And so that's another great way to raise your frequency, to raise your vibration instantaneously, is to move from whatever you're on, whatever frequency you're on, whatever vibration you're in, into one of gratitude. And again, you can do that through writing if you prefer that, or you can do that out loud. Another one that's huge, and this is one I like to use quite often, and you can do this on a more macro or micro scale, and it's change your environment. There is a certain energy to the environment that you're in, and a lot of times that energy is going to be perpetuated by the people that are in it. For example, if you've ever been around people who kind of bum you out or drag you down, there's a really palpable energy there, isn't there? You can almost feel it. Like if there's a very negative energy, you're around a bunch of people who are complaining or are playing the victim or something of that nature, you can almost feel the weight of that energy. And one thing to do to change your frequency, your vibration, the vibration and frequency of that room that you are in, by the way, because you're in that situation, is to change the environment. So if you're in that situation, find a reason to leave, and go meditate or do something like that. Go find a way to be with yourself and do some of these practices to raise your frequency, your vibration. I personally believe if you're in a situation like that and you can just straight up leave, to do that. Protect your energy, protect the vibration you're on. Again, like I said earlier, the universe flows consistently. And so the energy, the frequency, the vibration you're on consistently is what you're going to bring more of in your life. And if you hang around in those low vibration energy situations, that your energy is just getting sucked out, it's being brought down, you feel like crap, you're just going to get more of that. And so you need to, again, break the pattern and change environment. Now, this does not need to be in that scale. It can be something really small. For example, if I'm working on the computer and I'm maybe getting frustrated, I'm doing some work and I'm getting frustrated, I need to change my environment. Right now, my environment is on the computer. In front of me, there's a digital environment that I'm currently interacting with. And I go, you know what? I need to leave. I need to go walk the beach. I need to go do a meditation. I need to get away from my computer and change my environment, no matter how slight, in order to get into a better vibration, a better frequency that I choose and want to be in. And so once I have then gotten into the frequency and vibration that I'm in, I'll go back to my work and then do it from that foundation. Okay, so it doesn't need to be something where you walk out of a situation. It could be you just change your environment in your own house. You change, the information that's coming in. all of that. And it can be on the more macro. For example, I moved to Thailand because I didn't necessarily enjoy the environment I had where I was. And I wanted something that was more peaceful. I wanted something where I could cultivate my energy and work on the things that I wanted to work on undisturbed, and do many other things, go on adventures, which is a totally different frequency and vibration as well. So you can also do that on the macro. I literally moved to the other side of the planet to change my environment. I mean, there were more factors involved as well, but this can be done on a macro and micro scale. But I think when people hear change your environment, they think macro. So remember, it doesn't have to be. It could be a micro thing, like just getting up from your computer and going to meditate for 5 minutes to get yourself back to where you want to be. All right, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, these are some quick ways in which you can raise your vibration pretty much in the moment, within a few minutes. And I really implore you to use it as much as you can. At least do one of these every single day and start adding them as time goes along, because they can be incredibly powerful. I've seen great results in my own life, heard testimonies from other people, and there's a ton of people teaching this stuff as well who will tell you of the results that they're getting and their students are getting. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.